Namo Amitabha. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The fifth mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful consumption, I vow to cultivate good health, both physical and mental, for myself, my family, and my society by practicing mindful eating, drinking, and consuming. I will ingest only items that preserve peace, well-being, and joy in my body, in my consciousness, and in the collective body and consciousness of my family and society. I am determined not to use alcohol or any other items that contain toxins, such as certain TV programs, magazines, books, films, and conversations. I am aware that to damage my body or my consciousness with these poisons is to betray my ancestors, my parents, my society, and future generations. I will work to transform violence, fear, anger, and confusion in myself and in society by practicing a diet for myself and for society. I understand that a proper diet is crucial for self-transformation and the transformation of society. For our Dharma lessons, we've been reading Pure-Land Zen Pure-Land, the letters of Patriarch Yin Kuang, and today we're beginning letter 15. A little bit of knowledge is ignorance. Receiving your poetic letter from afar, I cannot but feel embarrassed. From an early age, this old monk has lacked education. My knowledge is uncertain and nebulous. Having drifted here and there for many years, far away from my native village, I am now sojourning on Buddha Mountain. Never did I expect that such a remarkable person as yourself, a scholar versed in the mind Dharma of Confucianism and Buddhism, who has studied at the feet of masters far and wide and made their outstanding practices his own, would condescend to seek advice from me. Moreover, you have praised me so excessively that my mind is perplexed and uneasy. I venture to think that with your broad, well-rounded education and your lofty, far-reaching knowledge, you surely cannot have doubts about such ordinary matters as those raised in your letter. It must be that your intention is to act as an example, to show the way to those who cultivate alongside you. However, since you have presented knowledge as ignorance, there's nothing to prevent me from presenting ignorance as knowledge, and I will try to answer your questions in the order raised. I certainly would never dare imitate the old mandarin who sits as judge, but is in reality an aging student submitting his examination papers. Therefore, if the following explanations contain errors, please revise and amend them. 1. Although the mind is what matters most in Buddha recitation, oral recitation should not be disparaged. This is because body, speech, and mind reinforce one another. Although the mind may be focused on Amitabha Buddha, if the body does not bow respectfully and the mouth does not recite, it's difficult to receive benefits. For example, even when lifting heavy objects, ordinary people assist themselves by shouting aloud. How can you not do at least as much when trying to concentrate the mind and attain samadhi? Thus, the Great Heap Sutra teaches to recite loudly is to see a tall Buddha. To recite softly is to see a small Buddha. The ancient masters have also said, reciting loudly, we see a large, tall body of the Buddha. Reciting softly, we see a small, short body of the Buddha. Ordinary beings often have lethargic, scattered minds. If they are not assisted by their bodies and mouths, it's difficult for them to achieve one-pointedness of mind. all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thanks so much for joining me today.